What's up guys, Uncle Flaps here, and today we're going to be doing some of that good old, more tier list making. So far we got Engineer down, that's great, but yeah, I mean, we're just going to go cover Demoman, because, I've done a video solo with Demoman, so maybe you want my thoughts. Let's begin. So first we have a new color on the tier list. So the NA tier, yeah, these are just weapons that you can't use in Trespasser. So let's get these things out of the way. Yeah, booties aren't allowed. Can't get soldier health, move speed, and whatnot. Sucks for all Demo Knight players. What else is there? Yeah, all grenade launchers are banned. But sticky bomb launchers aren't, because they're secondary. Not primary, secondary, okay? Yeah, put this one here too. Let's see. Sticky jumper is banned. Big sad to me because I use sticky jumper in Man vs. Machine. But yeah, these weapons, you can't use them in Trespasser. Sucks, but whatever. As usual, if you remember from the engineer list, we put the golden frying pan in F. Because you take 100% more damage. And yeah, it's going to be consistent throughout each tier list. So yeah, let's just get started. Yeah, there's like a lot of weapons. I don't know what to start with. We can probably start with the charge and charge. I probably put this in D. I put this in D tier. Because I don't think resistances on shields are that important. I think the resistances only counter like two kinds of robots. The fire zombies, the giant soldiers. You can easily get by if you just invest in fire resist and explosive resistances. I think the charge and charge is fine, but like with every tier list, some things are just better than others. Yeah, I don't know. Also, this shield this shield doesn't let you turn like much, especially if you don't have like the bootleggers. So yeah, this kind of just puts in these nuts. Next, put the big stick, the Ullapool caber, and this is not in B, this is in C. There's a lot of drawbacks, but I want to go over like the good things about it first. For one, it's got good AoE damage. It's like a sticky bomb launcher in a can. As a fist, as a melee weapon. Excuse me. Yeah, you can like one shot regular zombies or like zombies if they're like at like around like 100 health. And those are like the only positives. All right, there's there's a lot of drawbacks that you think wouldn't be like apparent, but like it actually is. Problem with this weapon first is that it's got this armor piercing attribute, and the problem with this mechanic is that it just works against you. Well, for one, in Trespasser, the skeletons take extra melee damage. They take extra melee damage and explosive damage too. But for the caber, when you think it'd be like a one shot because of all those like vulnerability stuff, but no, like it's not good. Caber doesn't have that extra damage for melee against Virophage, so that puts it down. Also, gauntlets too. They take regular damage, the same damage as the zombies, and that's why I'm gonna put it in C. You also take 25 damage if you hit something with this, and that damage is not resistible at all. Doesn't work with the charge and charge or other shields. Explosive resistance doesn't work with this thing. Yeah, the armor piercing thing just kind of fucks with it like a lot more than you think. The thing also with the self damage is if you have health on kill and you kill things with it. Okay, how do I explain this? The self damage gets added after you health on kill. So most of the time you're gonna stay below or around 150 unless you invest in health regen. This weapon's not very good against giants. You're dealing damage and also losing health. If you get 3 hits in, you're gonna be like around like 100 health, which is like health that is needed for you to die in one hit from a brute. And with like the leaper, the self damage plus the damage the leaper gives you, yeah, that's not good. It's garbage. This weapon's good against groups of zombies, which puts it up a little bit, but because of all the dumb stuff with the self damage and the armor piercing, yeah, it's kind of like it's like a low C. If it wasn't for like how like good it is in terms of damage, it would probably be in D. But yeah, I mean that's good. It's a good melee weapon, but you're risking a lot for it. Anyway, going back to the shields thing again. Next up is the Splendid Screen. I'm gonna put this in C tier, but this is higher than Caber, I'd say. I'd put this higher than the Charge and Charge. It's got that 50% recharge rate, which is nice, I guess. It's also got bonus shield bash damage. I think the minimum I can get with using this thing is like around 50, and then it goes up to 85, which is good for like just comboing with your melee weapon. The shield's designed for offense, but to me, I don't think you should be using shields for offense at all. Because 90% of the time, you use shields to run away. Most of the damage comes from your melee weapon instead of the shield. And because, you know, shield damage scales with distance. If you use it close, it's not going to be as effective as when you're using it at far range. You also can't turn much like the Charge. But yeah, you know, better than the Charge because you can use it to do like good damage. Yeah, you know, these shields are at the bottom, which is why I will put the Tide Turner in S. S, yes. I will put this in S because you can refill like 75% of your charge for every kill, and most importantly, you have full turning control. Yeah, I picked this one as the best shield for Demo Knight just because it has that extra mobility. Yeah, next, the bottle. The bottle is in C tier. You know, obviously it's a solid weapon, you know, fast weapon switch compared to using swords, which we'll get to in like a few minutes here, but 65 damage. You know, that's good enough for like a swing or two, but this would be in B tier, but this is in C. Bottle's in C tier because you can't get damage upgrades on this thing. But what do I have to say about the paint train? It's in B. This is in B. I'm gonna put paint train in B, and this is above bottle because you have +1 capture rate, which is what you need in order to beat Trespasser. It has a 10% bullet vulnerability, but you don't really notice it, especially if you invest in bullet resistances for the robot wave and towards the end. You won't take extra damage from those right heavies with the shotgun because as you know from Caber, it's got that armor piercing bug where it doesn't work on damage vulnerability. So you won't take 110, you'll take 100. But yeah, you know, +1 capture rate, you know, good to bring. But it's a stock melee, so, you know, doesn't have any damage upgrades. But it will still be higher than bottle because it's got that utility. Alright, we're gonna take a break from the melees. We're gonna go over the sticky bomb launchers. I just want to say that there are a couple of changes to the sticky bomb launchers in Trespasser. Well, for one, they have a damage penalty of like 65% damage. Oh yeah, you know, 65% damage penalty. No, that's not so bad. I can just like sticky trap everywhere, and all the zombies will die in one place. I hate to break it to you, but the sticky traps are also nerfed. You can only place 4 stickies at a time per sticky trap. Another thing too, you can't sticky jump with this. All stickies have minus 100% self damage force. I think that's what that attribute is called. But yeah, you can't like sticky jump with it. You know, as we talked before, you only put 4 stickies at a time, and yeah, I mean that's kind of just why the Scottish resistance is in C. I'd probably put this below bottle. You know, you get that extra stickies +6. No. Every sticky bomb launcher can only place 4, and the Scottish resistance fucking sucks. It's got like 50% ammo capacity, 25% firing speed. It's got bonuses that make it like cheaper compared to other sticky bomb launchers. But the major flaw of this weapon, the Scottish resistance has a detonation time of 1.7, like around 1.7 seconds. And for this mission, it is actually cancer to use this thing. It's not good for close range at all. And also, it's very annoying against faster zombies, like the Scout, the Leaper. There's also another attribute that stickies detonate with your crosshairs. They have this attribute because you would have multiple sticky traps, but in this mission you only have one sticky trap and there are 4 stickies. Oh geez, I'm running away from these zombies. I gotta place down some sticky traps while I go get this health pack from like the other side of the country. Yeah, I have to like turn my mouse around, look at my stickies, and then detonate them so that I can kill some zombies. This is very annoying. I'll still put this in C, even though like all the things I said could be in like D or F, because you can still kind of use this thing as a regular sticky launcher. It's got a dumb, stupid detonation time, and you have to play around with the processor detonation thing, not a sticky trapping weapon. Whatever, I'm done. Okay, what about the sticky bomb launcher then, versus the quickie bomb? S tier. It's got a large clip size, reasonable detonation time. You can hold down an area pretty well because this is what Demoman is designed for. Much better than the stupid Scottish resistance. Yeah. Sticky bomb launcher is good. Scottish resistance, bad. But what about the quickie bomb launcher? I put this in A in comparison to the sticky bomb launcher. The lower detonation time is really good. You can use it up close against zombies, which is quite nice. I will tell you this, the quickie bomb launcher is a much better Scottish resistance than the Scottish resistance. You can charge up your sticky to do 35% more damage. Bunch up those stickies together, they all do 35% more damage. Theoretically, you have more stickies. But I put this in A, just because it has like a lower clip size. Primarily as a Demoman, you want to like hold down a specific corner or like an area. Just put as much damage into a group of zombies as much as possible. You'd be surprised how much clip size just hurts your area denial. 35% increased damage on max charge is nice. Also got that decreased charge time too. But the problem with that is that 90% of the time I'm sticky spamming, and I'm gonna need the clip size that the sticky bomb launcher brings. The only time I ever use the extra damage is for like the beginning of waves. I think sticky spamming is much more valuable than sticky trapping, so I'm putting this down in A. What's next? Base jumper, S tier. This one's a freebie. Base jumper is awkward to get used to because you get like a higher air acceleration. But if you master the base jumper's mechanics, you'd be surprised how much you can get away with using this. You can get a lot of speed if you like parachute and retract it and also go diagonal. It's like bunny hopping, but more advanced, I guess. This is actually much faster than bunny hopping. If you get a bunch of jump height, this thing's really good for aggroing zombies. You can just jump in one place and then rain down stickies, and the zombies won't jump unless they're like stuck on something. Yeah, S tier, freebie, and very good mobility tool for everything. Okay, swords. Okay, we have swords up next, but I want to talk some stuff briefly. For all swords, you take extra damage, like 15% damage. For the Islanders, their minus 25 health is removed, and the haunted part is removed, so you can't collect heads anymore. Sucks. That blows. For the half Zatoichi, you don't get 50% of your health back. Yeah, that's gone. Islander and the half Zatoichi are just regular swords. Zatoichi, it still has that honor bound thing where you lose 50 health if you don't get kills with it and switch off of it. Probably put this in like lower than Pain Train. No. I'd put this in high C. Honor bound thing. I guess it just doesn't really matter, but it's not a weapon you want to use on sticky demo because of the honor bound thing, because sometimes you might not get a melee kill and you need to like switch off the sticky bomb launcher and you're gonna take 50 more damage. Oh, and I think self damage also applies with the damage vulnerability thing, so you take 58 damage, and that's stupid. Also, I hate the sound of this thing. It's high pitch. I don't like the crit sound, even though you can't get crits on it except for like solo, but yeah, I don't like the sounds of this thing. Islander, we'll put all Islanders in B. These are better than the half Zatoichi because you don't take self damage when you switch off of it. But these are in B tier because they don't have their haunted heads anymore. They are just regular swords. These are higher than the Pain Train and the Bottle because they can get damage upgrades. But yeah, I don't know. These weapons just fall down to like, what your personal preference is. I put Nessie 9 Iron above Islander because, canonically the Islander is haunted. As you know, in Trespasser, Islanders are not haunted. The golf club makes sense to not be haunted, but the head taker is above the Nessie 9 iron because this weapon is locked behind an achievement where you have to get haunted scrap metal and you have to craft the head taker yourself. But I rank Festive Islander higher than the head taker for the clout, and also if you kill zombies with it, you can freeze them, which is a funny addition. Okay, next up we have the Persian Persuader. This is going to A because instead of just just being a regular ass sword, it's got bonuses that help with charging. For one, melee hits can recharge your charge meter, which will allow you to charge more and possibly save money on shield upgrades. And you can grab ammo boxes to refill some of your charge meter. But I wouldn't put this in S tier because this is not a weapon you want to use with the sticky bomb launcher because it puts your ammo capacity down to like 5. Also, you can also just kind of just rob your teammates of the ammo boxes. So, yeah, maybe some of your teammates wouldn't mind, but I'm pretty sure that engineer next to you would probably kick your ass. But anyway, the Persian Persuader is better than the swords below it, just because the melee hits can decrease the recharge timer. That's all there is to it. Yeah. Claymore. That's an A. Extra charge duration helps when I'm just escaping or just moving around. This is a good weapon to pair with the Tie Turner. It also has that attribute where killing will refill the charge meter. This is good for chaining mini crit kills. Because of the extra charge duration and the kills recharging the shield, this is much higher than the other swords. But the Claymore and the Persian Persuader are just kind of equal. But to me, I prefer the Claymore because it doesn't give me the option to pick up ammo. That's really it. Yeah, this is a good sword. Good sword. These two swords, very good. Persian Persuader and Claymore, very good swords. Which is why I'll put this in S. I'm putting Scotsman Skull Cutter above all melees, including the Pain Train, Bottle, Ullapool Caper. 2 reasons. One, you get a free damage upgrade, which is like 20%. And 2, you can use this weapon with any of the 2 Demoman playstyles. But the most important of all, the damage upgrade, is what puts this above the other swords. And it makes you slow when you pull this out, but to me, it's negligible because you have a shield charge and the base jumper with the bunny hopping and stuff. I don't think the slow switch speed matters much because for the majority of the time, you're just sticky spamming. You might find it difficult to finish off like enemies with low health after sticky spamming, but if you're near a teammate, they should be taking care of that for you. But yeah, that's my entire tier list, brothers and sisters and in-betweens. This is Uncle Flap signing out. Peace.